Hello everyone, welcome to our new YouTube channel Learn from Legal Nerds. So today we are going to discuss about the topic types of bank and their functions. The agenda of the presentation is this. So now let's discuss about the banks and their function. Traditionally, banks are organized for accepting deposits and granting loans. And majorly the banks are be established with a particular function they will be performing in the society. So these are the types of banks that are established in the society: central bank, commercial bank, cooperative bank, scheduled bank, non-scheduled bank, specialized bank, small finance bank, and payments bank. Repeat with me, and this way you are going to understand the chronological order, and it will be easier for you to memorize the types of bank. So repeat with me: central bank, commercial bank, cooperative bank, scheduled bank, non-scheduled bank, specialized bank, small finance bank, and lastly the payments bank. Let's move forward. So to understand each of these types of bank, we will give a brief introduction and let's understand them briefly. Um, Firstly, central bank. In India, RBI is the central bank, and it monitors all the banks, regulate their functioning, and notifies about the rules and regulation and various changes in the policies to all the other banks in India. It is also termed as bankers bank, government's bank, currency issuer, or regulator of the economy. It is also the manager of the forex, and it has major development role in the economy as well. Next is the commercial bank. Uh, Commercial banks are organized by Banking Companies Act 1956. The main objective of such act is to make profit. Like they are doing some kind of a business when they are functioning in the bank system, and their agenda is to make profit. So they accept the credit and grant the loans. This way they make the profit. They are further classified into three categories: public sector bank, private sector bank, and foreign banks. So here are some examples of each of these banks. Next is the cooperative bank. They are registered under Cooperative Societies Act 1912. These kind of banks work for social welfare purposes with motive of no profit, no loss. Like they are the NGO, but they do not loss. They do not bear any losses while functioning as a bank, and they do not make a large amount of profit. This like they majorly make a profit, but that is comparatively lesser than the commercial bank. So how do they function in this type of bank? They provide loans to low interest rate. In urban areas, they target entrepreneurs, small businesses, self-employed groups of people, while in rural areas they provide loans to agriculture based activities majorly. All right, did you understand these three types of bank? Let's move forward. uh, Fourthly, we have payments bank. As we all know, the current emerging of new kinds of bank, and this bank is one of them. These banks are conceptualized as a new banking method by RBI, and they provide most of the services of commercial bank, but they have a bar of accepting only deposit of up to 1 lakh rupees only. They offer various services like ATM cards, net banking, and more. Next is small finance bank. They serve the unserved and unreserved section of the population, including small businesses, low income individual to provide financial inclusion to these segment of people who often excluded from traditional banking services. So to understand this, let's look for an example. Like you all have you might all have the maids or the house help in your houses. So when you will conversate with them, you will get to know that the banks usually do not provide loans to these classes of people because they do not have the security, or they do not have the goodwill in the in the economy or the society, so, on which basis the bank could provide them loans. So therefore such banks, small finance bank, uh, provide loan to these small segments of people who are basically not provided any loan facility or not served well by other banks. So for the example, we have Utkarsh Small Finance Bank, SFB is Small Finance Bank, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, Northeast Small Finance Bank. Alright. Next is Scheduled Bank. Any bank that is listed in second schedule of RBI Act 1934 is considered as scheduled bank. To qualify as a scheduled bank, the paid up capital and the collected funds of the bank must not be less than 5 lakh rupees. And scheduled banks are eligible for loans from RBI at bank rate, and they give membership to clearing houses. The list of these kinds of bank include SBI and its subsidiaries, all the nationalized bank, regional rural banks, foreign banks, and some other cooperative banks. These also include foreign sector banks, both classified as old and new. Okay? Okay, students? Did you understand it? Lastly, we have two more banks left with us. Non-scheduled bank. All those banks, those are not scheduled, those are not are considered as scheduled bank, are known as non-scheduled bank, which means they are not listed in second schedule of RBI Act, and they do not confirm all the criterias of clause 42 of this act, but they duly follow specific guidelines given by the RBI. Banks with reserve capital of less than 5 lakh rupees qualify as non-scheduled bank. All right. Next is specialized bank. These are the banks which are established for a specific goal about any particular industry or particular sector. All right. Example: Small Industrial Development Bank of India, SIDBI. We all must have heard about SIDBI. So this has a small agenda that it supports the small industrial groups. And another example is small export and import bank, which as its name suggests supports the exporter and the importers of the country, and the NABARD bank. All right. So generally, what are the functions of bank? They accept the deposits from the general public. They provide loans to general public, industrialist, various various businesses, etc. They perform payments and settlement function. They are the currency exchanger of the economy. They safekeep the valuables in their locker systems. They also provide investment banking services to general public, and they have internet banking services facilities as well. All right, people. So this was all about this video. If you liked my video, please like, share, subscribe, and thank you. We'll meet again in the next video.